Hearts opening up in the midst of heartbreak on the campus of Florida State University. Students, families, and others walking up to pay their respects 24 hours after many ran for their lives.
Today, we are finding out more about the lives lost and those who survived this mass shooting in Tallahassee. Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Alvarez.
I'm Jesse Pagan. Florida State may be closed today, but students and the community are still showing up to pay their respects. We have team coverage this afternoon, starting with West 2's Stuart Moore live at Florida State, where a vigil is expected to start in the next hour. Stu?
Jesse and Nancy, that's right. They are still finishing setting things up as they expect that to start around 5 o'clock. Earlier today, you saw us live over at the makeshift memorial that was just outside the Student Union, where hundreds of flowers, teddy bears, candles were all laid out there to help remember those victims. Many of those students telling us that they plan on being here tonight. We're going to introduce you to one of the friends of the people who died yesterday's shooting. But first, I want to give you a timeline of things that we learned this afternoon. That we learned the terror unfolded in less than 10 minutes. Today, Tallahassee police said that the suspect left the parking garage at 11:51 yesterday morning. Just 5 minutes later, the first shots were reported to be fired. Police say he walked in and out of buildings and green spaces. 2 minutes later, 911 calls started to come in, and just 2 minutes after that, police shot the suspect and took him into custody. Now, late this afternoon, we also learned, and this morning we actually talked to the friend of one of the victims, Robert Morales. He said that they went to school together in the early 90s and that they were planning to have dinner tonight in Tallahassee as he was passing through. He said Robert, after leaving FSU, stayed in Tallahassee, opened the famous Tallahassee restaurant Gordo's, and made his namesake here in Tallahassee. Robert Morales was a giant among his peers, not just because of his size, but because of his heart. That's how his friend of 30 years, Don Acosta, describes him.
Robert was very kind-hearted, smart soul.
Don tells us he was set to do dinner with his friend this Friday night. They had spoken earlier Thursday before he went to work on FSU's campus, and Robert was gunned down.
The news alerts, and then I didn't get a response. And then I contacted his cousin, and she could not get a hold of him as well. And that's when a little bit of the concern started building, not thinking the worst.
Robert is one of two people who died after investigators say Phoenix Eichner opened fire. The 20-year-old, a student at Florida State, used his mother's retired service weapon from the local sheriff's office.
So he has been steeped in the Leon County Sheriff's Office family, engaged in a number of training programs that we have. So it's not a surprise to us that he had access to weapons.
For Don, his focus is on supporting the family of one of his best friends and remembering the moments he'll never get to create again.
A loving man and friend, a true friend. When we would hang up on calls, saying, "I love you, buddy."
And of course, guys, back out here live, he also told us that after he sold his portion of Gordo's, that restaurant, he then took on a new role working in FSU's diners, helping design the new student union and how students will be able to go from diner to diner and restaurant to restaurant. He actually got to see a tour with his buddy before he died of that news facility. Now, earlier today, we also learned more about the victims who are still in the hospital. Doctors telling us that they had several different type of wounds, from their limbs to their torso, and that they're all in bright spirits and receiving care.
The biggest part of this is you don't know how many patients you're going to receive. So we are prepared to activate as many resources as we need. That's why you see so many surgeons up here today, because they all came immediately to help.
And today, the University of Central Florida opened up a space for students to come together. As West 2's Bob Hazen reports, they are calling for a space of reflection.
That space was open here for much of the morning and the afternoon. It had counselors along with therapy dogs and other resources for students and for faculty who need help after that terrible tragedy yesterday. For most people on campus here today, it was a pretty normal and exciting day. Groups were taking graduation pictures in the reflecting pond. Folks were out enjoying the nice weather. We are just a couple of weeks from the end of this school year, so people have a lot to look forward to, but a lot of hearts are also heavy hearing about that shooting at Florida State. And I talked to some students today, including one who is from Tallahassee, who said that he has been thinking about that tragedy a lot.
makes no sense. You took somebody's life and it just doesn't seem right for me, man. It brought me down to my heart. I got family that stay in Tallahassee.
Do you think something like that could happen here?
Yeah, possibly, yeah, but luckily we have police officers here that keep watch over us in the morning, night, making sure that everything is good.
And the school had this space open for students and faculty to come and get support until late this afternoon, but they say if anyone needs some help after that, now that it's closed, they can contact the school's counseling and psychological services. Covering Orange County at UCF, Bob Hazen, WESH 2 News.
And guys, before we send it back into the studio to you, it's remarkable how many students and family members and people from out the community they're expecting today. Obviously, being Good Friday and Easter weekend, several students have already left town, but they are expecting a lot of people to be out here when that vigil starts around 5 o'clock tonight. Back in the studio to you, Nancy and Jesse.
All right, Stu. Well, the FBI is still asking anyone who may have information on the shooting to send it their way. We've put a link to the FBI where you can send in any tips. It's on the homepage of WESH.com.